the beautiful Avalokiteshvara, let's just call him Lokeshvara. In this emanated form, standing with beautiful lotus and swaying of the hips, represents, is we call Lokeshvara or Padmapani. Padma, P-A-D. Okay, it's not Star Wars, Princess Padma, whatever her name is. I'm so tired. They stole that. Okay, this is Padma, P-A-D-M-A, Padmapani, P-A-N-I. Padmapani is like Vajrapani. Vajrapani, Pani is holder. Vajra is the Vajra. So Padmapani is holder of the lotus. Isn't that beautiful? The one that holds the lotus. So Padmapani is holder of the lotus. Vajrapani is holder of the thunderbolt. See, very consistent. If you memorize it, that's it. So Avalokiteshvara or Lokeshvara is the definitive form of all the Buddha's compassion. And what do you say, oh God? So we go to every single Buddha, dig out their compassion, and come over here and put it into one bucket, and there it is. Padmapani, no. Definitive means, in order to become a Buddha, you need to have compassion. So in order to, when you have compassion, you're free. You don't have any anger, nothing disturbs you. You're always laughing, you're always singing, you're always joyous, you're always swaying your hips. You're always like walking around in the forest, you're not afraid of animals, you're not afraid of dangers, disease, sickness, because when you have compassion, even the animals can feel it. Normally, violent animals, like in the case of Buddha Shakyamuni, when Devadatta sent a crazy, mad, drunk elephant onto him, he made him drunk. And he sent him on Buddha to crush him. When he came, and he was walking, he was tearing up the village, he was tearing up the house, and everybody was running helter-skelter. And when he came up to Buddha, Buddha raised his hand. This is in his biography. The elephant immediately calmed down. And he raised his trunks to Buddha to praise Buddha. Why? He can feel Buddha's bodhicitta and his compassion. And that's one. Second is, Buddha doesn't have any karma to be harmed. So he can't be harmed. If you don't have karma to be harmed, you can't be harmed. So whatever Devadatta did, he was never successful. Not because his plans were foiled, because Buddha doesn't have the cause to be harmed. So like that, Padmapani is the emanation of action, compassion. Compassion in action. Why? Because this form of Avalokiteshvara is standing up. He's a definitive form of all the Buddha's compassion. Without compassion, you cannot be a Buddha. But if you need that as a specific antidote, then a good practice to do is Avalokiteshvara, who makes you forget, forgive, let go, and move on. If you have a very hard heart, and you're very cold, and you're very calculative, Lokeshvara is very powerful because he's totally opposite of that. We need the opposite to conquer what we have. We don't need the same. Likewise, if we're delusional, we're desire, we're running around friends and all like that, they increase what we have. If we hang around friends that are opposite of us, they influence us. So what happens is, he's compassionate in action, he's white in color, he's beautiful. And he saw that of a 16-year-old young boy, bare-chested, again wearing a sash and beautiful clothes of an ancient Indian prince, with the 6 ornaments on his body: the crown, the necklace, the earrings, the armlets, the wrists, the bracelets, the belt, the anklets. Why you may think guys don't wear things like that? Hey, it changes with the centuries. In ancient times, all guys wore that. It wasn't a sexuality thing. It wasn't a gender thing. It was ornaments. But in Avalokiteshvara's case, the ornaments represent what he has achieved. So when we achieve the 6 paramitas as in Sutrayana, Sutrayana's main practice is paramitas. And when we achieve the paramitas, like ornaments, we become extremely attractive to the beholder. So ornaments beautify. The paramitas beautify. They serve the same purpose. So therefore, to show that Avalokiteshvara has the accomplishments of Sutrayana, without any deities, gore, blood, many arms, fangs, 3 eyes, consorts. He shows you the Sutrayana path, the sutric path of accomplishment of Bodhisattva, the 10 stages of Bodhisattva. He has accomplished the 10 stages of the Bodhisattva. That is representative of him in the Bodhisattva garb, G-A-R-B. And he is youthful, showing that although phenomena is impermanent, Buddhahood is not. Therefore, they show youthfulness not to say that that is the best in the world, that's what you're going to be. It means immortality of your attainments. And he is naked on top, representing his free, unfettered attachments. No more, he's free. And he's bare, he's covered on the bottom, representing, but in samsara, he still holds fast to the rules and the games and what we are attached to help us. And he holds a lotus, which is a very interstellar, inter-universal symbol of compassion, and always represents the great Lokeshvara in any of these forms. In any of these forms, he'll always hold the lotus. Always. And he's surrounded by flowers, jewel flowers, crystal jewel-like beautiful flowers, representative of the beauty that you receive and you give when you achieve compassion. The beauty that you bring people, the beauty that you get, always. So he's surrounded by beauty, because what's beautiful? Even till now, beautiful natural forests. Who in the world hates nature? You know, I mean, really, they don't like green and beautiful. Even if they don't like to go outside, they like to make their house, they bring some nature inside, they put a dry plant or something, you know? So the beauty of nature, crystal-like, is surrounding and representative. His aureole, his halo, represents the beauty he brings others with his compassion and the beauty he invites. And everywhere he goes, is beauty. And his hips sway. His hips sway back and forth, not as a gender kind of thing. His hips sway back and forth because he's extremely elegant. And in ancient Indian times, the elegance of a man, the elegance of a bodhisattva is not hard, stiff, strong bodies. It is very soft, clear, supple bodies that is V-shaped, big on top like a lion. That's a classic shape of a Buddha, classic shape of a person that has good appearance in the scriptures. The upper part is like a lion, the neck is long, it is strong, and it goes down. When it goes down, it's very soft and clear, but when it gets down to the hips, unlike what we want like that, the hips come down and the man's hips must jut out a little bit, not like a lady's, it juts out a little, and this area is soft and beautiful and very clean and supple looking. That's the ideal beauty of a man. And then the arms and limbs must be very long, the fingers must be very long, and the legs must be very long. And when they walk, they don't do this kind of this rapper kind of walk where you're cool, I'm cool, it's tired. They walk elegantly like a prince with a gait. And when they walk with a certain gait, they have a type of walking that their hips actually sachets a little. But like a drag queen kind of sachet. It's a royal gait of a prince. And it's very beautiful, and they wear ornaments in such a sense when they walk, they tinkle, they're ting 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 ting, not like a lady where it's like all tinkling. It's like letting the people know a prince is coming. So it's very, very beautiful. It's very ethereal. It's very complementary to the body. It's extremely attractive and in its own way seductive. In what way? How does Avalokiteshvara or Padmapani or Lokeshvara seduce you? He seduces you by who he is and how attractive he is into practicing compassion, into letting go. So his seduction is not any sexual nature. It is totally the result of his practice. So when you look at him, you go, oh, you're like that. And so when you teach compassion, you have that result. Oh, I'm you. So he walks out of this, he walks in this crystal beautiful forest. And he's standing up, meaning compassion in action. And he's holding the time-honored symbol of forgiveness and compassion and peace. The international symbol in ancient times of a white flag that we have today, a beautiful lotus. And the lotus is suspended up, unlike if we hold it, it plops down. And he wears beautiful ornaments, bare on top with his hair half tied up into 3 knots and half flowing down. Because ancient Indian times, people's hair were rich and luxuriant and long, and they can afford to tie it halfway, They didn't need, shampoo for fine hair to be thicker. It was just very thick. It's very beautiful. And his skin is that of a snow mountain with 1,000 suns. And the the light of the 1,000 suns hitting the snow mountain, and the reflection of that is the color of this white. So it's not porcelain, it's not bone, it's not ivory, it's that type of color and description. So Avalokiteshvara is holy body. And the brilliance of the white shines out. The brilliance of the body shines out. From holding pure morality, from holding ethics, from holding compassion. He has all the signs and accoutrements of one that is accomplished. For one that is to see Avalokeshvara, Padmapani. For one who is to hear, for one who is to make offering and to visualize, one gains relief. One gains relief from the hells, from the 3 lower realms. How? Because when you practice Lokeshvara, Padmapani, or any of his forms, you let go of anger, the cause of passion. You let go of actions that are caused from anger. You let go of all actions that would bring you to the 3 lower realms, and you purify the actions you have practiced. Therefore, by seeing, hearing, remembering Padmapani, you are free from the 3 lower realms in that sense.